research focuses on the publishing history of the 19th century British novel. Until now, we've had very little data on the number of Victorian novels produced, who published them, and who wrote them. So I created a database of Victorian novels called At the Circulating Library to collect information about Victorian novels and authors, and to provide statistics about British publishing. I began with 3-volume novels, which are the expensive prestige format for the British novel during much of the 19th century. The multi-volume novels were common before the 19th century. With the publication of Walter Scott's popular novels in the 1820s, the 3-volume novel, sometimes called a triple-decker or library novel, became kind of the standard format for new fiction aimed at British middle-class audiences. And here's a couple examples of 3-volume novels. This is a novel by Mary Elizabeth Braddon. Florence Marryat wrote about 50 3-volume novels. And this is another example written by Benjamin Disraeli, who was the Prime Minister of England. So 3-volume novels consisted of 3 volumes of about 300 pages each, and they cost 31.5 shillings for the set. The high price largely limited sales to the circulating libraries, mainly Moody's Select Library, which was begun in 1842, and W.H. Smith, which was begun in 1860. And these businesses charge subscriptions to borrow books. And as you can see on this copy, we have the Moody's yellow label. So this shows that this copy was actually in a circulating library collection. So readers would have gone to the library and checked it out, checked one volume out, read that one, returned, checked out volume 2, volume 3. So 3 people could read a book at the same time. And that was kind of one of the advantages of having it broken into 3 volumes like that. Now, nearly every major Victorian author, including Charlotte Bronte, Charles Dickens, George Eliot, Thomas Hardy, and William Makepeace Thackeray, wrote at least one 3-volume novel. Some of them wrote numerous 3-volume novels. And in spite of complaints from authors and readers, the 3-volume novel format and price remained an important staple of British publishing until it was publicly abandoned in 1894. In following years, I used an NEH summer stipend to add 2- and 4-volume novels to the database. So in total, there are now currently 2,030 2-volume novels, 5,164 3-volume novels, and 19 4-volume novels in the database that were all produced during the Victorian period. That's over 7,000 novels thus far. These books were written by over 2,400 authors and were published by over 250 publishers. In addition, I've also begun collecting serialization information. So sometimes these novels would have appeared in monthly or weekly magazines. Like this, for example, this is a copy of Once a Week from the 1860s. And inside you would have had an excerpt from a novel. So here's an excerpt from a novel called Theo Lay. Currently, I have found that over 1,400 novels appeared as serials at some point in their history. So I've collected all this information and I've used it to study the annual rates of novel production during the 19th century and the economics of multi-volume fiction, and these have come out as articles in the last few years. Now, the database is freely available online and is used by scholars around the world in their own research, mostly to identify or locate books and authors. And I also get a number of queries from scholars around the world who want more information about particular titles or particular statistics about publishing all the time. So it's a great kind of fun to check my email inbox every once in a while. Currently, I'm adding one-volume novels to the database, and estimates range anywhere from 20 to 40,000 more titles that I'll need to add. So this is going to take me quite a while to do. I've kind of started with the easy books. In addition, I am using this information as the basis for a book on the rise and fall of multi-volume fiction in the 19th century.